All right, so I wanted to do a story about American basketball players in Europe, and this team, Telekom Baskets Bonn, really jumped out to me. So some of the players involved, there's Jared Jordan. He almost made it with the Knicks, couldn't quite stick in the NBA. Has played in some of the best international leagues in the world, and now he's playing here for Bonn. He controls the game. He makes great decisions. He makes very few mistakes. Chris Ensminger, they're playing a fast break team in Phoenix Hagen, and he just couldn't fit into this game. He couldn't get up and down the floor, but he's seen a lot in his 17-year career since coming out of Valparaiso. So he took to the bench, had a seat, supported the team, didn't say a word of complaint at all. Robert Vaden, he was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder, but in the second half you could see why NBA teams were so interested in him. Just a few years ago, made three three-pointers in a row, really changed the game. Jameel Mcclain is a new addition. They call him a beast, and he had a pretty good game against Phoenix tonight, kind of taking over that center role from Ensminger, and he played extremely well. And David Mccray, this is a really fascinating guy here. His father was in the military. He actually grew up on some military bases. His parents were divorced, and he lived off base with his mother for a long time. So he's a German national, and he just had an unbelievable game. But he stepped in for an injured starter, scored 23, which he told me was his career high, and just did not miss a shot when he needed to make one. And our last guy, Kyle Weems, very charismatic and an excellent ball player. It's fun. We noticed that he was scanning the crowd for his girlfriend before the game. I don't think he wants to play unless he can show off for her a little bit. And he certainly did. Had a great game, including one of the most electrifying dunks that I've had the chance to see in person. Went baseline and went up for this left-handed dunk that it looked incredibly easy and reminded us of the time he dunked over 3 third graders at a camp that we witnessed. I went into the story thinking, how are these guys like military members overseas? And they're really not. I mean, other than the fact that they're Americans living in Germany. Obviously without the risks that come with military service. But it's interesting as a sports fan to see that these guys who you once followed in college or once followed in the NBA, it's to see what they do with their lives when basketball at the highest level doesn't work out for them, that there's other places to go. And for Jordan, for example, I mean, you could look at his story as kind of dreams that didn't come to fruition. But he never asked to be compared to Steve Nash. He never asked to be considered the next great point guard. He just wanted to play basketball for a living. And sure, he got a shot at the NBA. He didn't make it. But still, he's living in Germany. He's taking his fiancée to Paris. He's making good money, and he's playing pro basketball. And I just don't see how you would consider that a disappointment or a failure of any kind. They're living their dream.